Today is Sunday, pretty early morning, early in terms of like 11 a.m. Yes, I got like 40 minutes to an hour drive here, and I had some pretty good breakfast for a long day's work. And for today, I thought that I won't film it as it's quite boring, the heat treatment part stuff, but I thought, what the heck, let's do it. Maybe I can get some content about this and show people how it's done, at least how I do it. I will show myself heat treating this. This is the SFK knife, bushcraft knife, and I got 25 of these to heat treat. These are from ATCR V2, high carbon steel, and yeah, we will have to see how long it takes, as this carbon steel has some chromium in it. It takes some time for the carbon to dissolve into the solution. So I think because these are thickness 3.7, around 4 millimeters in total, the holding time should be around 15 minutes, I would guess. I'm following a recipe that is on Laren's website, the Knife Steel Nerds, and basically it's 830 Celsius degrees for 15 minutes, as he recommends more than 10 minutes of soak time for this steel when it's thicker than 3 millimeters, I think. So yeah, I will be holding for 15 minutes, and my kiln at one time can hold 6 knives. So I have 25 in total. Times 15, it should take a good couple of hours. And after that I will do tempering 2 hours 2 times. That's in total 4 hours. So that will be quite a lot of a big chunk of time that I won't do. I will not have to work on these knives actively, as they will be in the tempering oven. So I think I'll work on my burnish, as I have some orders from distributors and I want to make more. I am making this sort of wax burnish that is Baltic Blades Burnish, trademarked and etc. whatever. Not really. Which is a very nice mix of beeswax that is locally sourced and locally bought tung oil, which I know it's not made in Lithuania or any part in this country, but still bought from a local supplier. So I'm pretty excited on making a product that is supporting local businesses. And also I saw that no one is basically making it, and all of the other waxes on the market for knife makers, I would say they are too hard for my taste. And yeah, I wanted to make something more runny and easier to apply, especially putting on the blade. If you are shipping carbon steel blades, you want them to be coated in some sort of oil or wax. So this is like sticky wax. It's pretty easy to apply. And I wanted for my clients to have something so they can use to take care of their knives. Even if you have a wooden handle or a cutting board or whatever made from wood, you can apply this as a surface conditioning thing, which is totally natural and food safe, as it's only beeswax and pure tung oil. And yeah, so I started making this. And maybe today, while the blades are tempering, I will also try and cook up a batch. Jesse! So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Most probably in time-lapse time format. But yeah, see as it goes. And we will also try out the smoke extractor that I got mounted up in the past video, to see does it work. So yeah, stay tuned. So, thanks for coming along. You can see that the kiln is heating up. We are at 700 and almost 90 degrees. Still 40 to go till 830, which is our temperature that we are shooting for. And this is the place prepared for doing the heat treatment. I use a military ammo can for the holding of the oil, which is Duralox the V35, which is a very quick oil. I have a foot thermometer to show the temperature of this oil. The working temperature for it is I think between 50 and 130 or 40. Above that is the flash point of it, so it will start burning and it's not as effective in those ranges. So I will be using, and it's a new thing that I wanted to try, this thing, which is an electric a water heater element with a thermostat on the end. I will try and put it in for the initial heating of the oil until 50 degrees, and after that, with every batch, the knives should be reheating the oil, and it should be at a constant temperature. As these knives are not as big and the thermal mass is not as huge, I think the oil won't overheat and I won't have to wait for it to cool down. So yeah, you'll have to see. Well, I encountered a problem on how to actually put this in here, as I think the whole heating element needs to be submerged. And this part is huge diameter, like 50 millimeters. So I came up with a very simple jig, which you can see is like a piece of wood that I found lying around, some screws that are on the ends, and you can see it's pretty stable for what it needs to be. The tolerance on the hole is very good for this O-ring, and I made this hole with my little desktop CNC, which I am very grateful to have, because it comes in so handy, and at such times it only takes a couple of minutes to fire up Fusion, model this blank and add a hole to it, and bingo bongo bongo, you got a beautiful 53.3 millimeter diameter hole, which has a very nice tolerance fit to it. So yeah, making these doobly-doos is very fun. Little gizmos that make your life easier. So I will just put it in here, wait till this shows the correct temperature, and then just pull it out and put in a plastic trash bag, because it will be all oily. That's why I put this white painter's paper down, so I don't get oil everywhere. The first batch of knives, as you saw, is already in the oven, and the heat dropped significantly in the kiln to 790 degrees. As the knives are inside, we will wait for the kiln to reach back the 830, and only then I'll start counting 15 minutes of soaking time of the correct temperature, and after that we will do the quenching. And I got 3 batches more and 1 knife left, so we'll see. I'll try to sneak it in somewhere, I guess. while the other batch of knives is soaking, I am working on this thing. I used this to warm up my oil and beeswax mixture, and I found that the wires back here were broken, and I opened it up, and yeah, the all wires were just, I don't know, they were disintegrated. Not only they were, maybe I can find some, not only they were overheated, but they did not look like they were overheated, but they were just like disintegrated, like falling apart. So pretty good thing that I investigated that, and I put in new wiring in the inners too, much thicker wire. So, and I will need to do these small cans of Baltic Burnish. I still have not made the stickers for them, but I have around 200 pieces to make, and I want maybe to have something in stock just for clients to give away, because they are pretty neat, pretty nice, and maybe some to sell. Of course, these will be going to distributors too. So I have some oil to cook. So as you can see, there is a lot of work and a lot of moving parts in the background. While I'm hardening something, I'm doing something other, and you just have to, when you have so little time and you are working and trying to be as productive as possible, you have a lot of irons in one fire, as the saying goes, and you just have to keep going, but you need to know when to stop. And I cannot like work too long on this in the and like miss my soaking time and let the blades be there too long. So you need to really track and manage, and like everything needs to be spot on. So yeah, working on, need to put a butt plug on this, and yeah, and that will be it for that, and I can start cooking the oil for these. I don't know if I will get 200 of the materials that I have, but if I do a good batch, that would be pretty fun. Yeah, so this video got pretty long, almost 30 minutes long, and I had to split it into two parts, as it would be quite boring to watch it at one go. So yeah, I'm leaving this at this, and in the next part you will see how I'm struggling with finishing up the burnish, what problems do I encounter, and you will see me rambling a lot of talk about what's to come in the future. So yeah, I guess that's it. See you whenever.